right. Okay.
You know, theater is my. I know you've seen me in a lot of movies, Cooley High and J.D. Levin.
Yeah.
Recently, Super 8, the newest one, and Takers.
Yeah, I heard you mention that.
But at the same time, I started in theater in the original production of A Raisin in the Sun on Broadway.
Yeah.
So theater is my first love.
Okay.
And I'm always doing a play or something somewhere in the country.
Okay.
And so this festival is a wonderful tribute to theater.
Right.
And that's what keeps me coming back.
Okay, because I had no idea of your background in theater. Like I said, my first introduction to you was Cooley High.
Yeah, well, I had 10 years of theater before I did Cooley High.
Okay, so a lot of what you did in that movie was real. In terms of you did some theatrics in the movie, you did poetry, and of course I emulated you. I was preaching.
You were preaching. Yeah, I was preaching. I can see that. You're right.
Now, do you get tired of talking about Cooley High, or?
Not at all.
I think I saw an interview on you on YouTube where you were mentioning that your character in Cooley High was one of your favorites, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Cooley High, I think, was such my character was a great character to portray, but the piece itself was such a good glimpse of what our culture was like coming up. You know, I don't know what it was like for you as a teenager, but for me, it was like that in New York, you know. So, and I think that so many of us are able to relate, that we see ourselves in at least one of the characters and situations that Cooley High presented.
Right, because I was in high school at the time, and we did the bus thing. I know it was stupid, but we did it and survived. Looking back on it, like, man, what was I thinking?
Right, I know it.
One wrong turn and that was it. I would be here talking to you now.
Going right down 7th Avenue, man. We used to do that.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
I pretty much know most of the lines in that movie.
Yeah, sure.
And the music, I mean, it was...
Yeah, the music was phenomenal. Right. And you never get a score. First of all, you couldn't afford a score like that these days.
Right.
You know, those were the top Motown hits.
Temptation, Four Times.
Yeah, all of them. So Stevie Wonder and Smokey Robinson. So all of whom afterwards I got a chance to meet, because I didn't necessarily know all those guys.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was always a Smokey Robinson fan, you know, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, those were my, you know, that was, you know. So I had a wonderful opportunity not too long ago, and I haven't told anyone this story in the press. I was at a golf tournament with, and part of the celebrity cast on that golf tournament was Smokey Robinson, whom I had met on many occasions prior to this. This was recently. But I was able to say to him as we sat for dinner, for breakfast one morning, I said, you know, Smokey, you and I worked together in the movies. And he said, Glenn, I don't remember us working together. I said, yeah, Cooley High.
Right.
You did, you know, your music was part of the score. And he said, oh, yeah. So it was great to be able to say that, you know, work with these guys, you know, who were, you know, I was big fans of.
Now, you were pushing 30 when you made that movie. I didn't know
No, I wasn't quite 30. I was still in my 20s.
Right. Okay. All right. But how much of your character in Cooley High is you? Or was you growing up?
You know, you know, you do a role. There's a lot of different aspects are, you know, what you're able to draw on. Like I said, I came up in New York City. I know the projects. You know, I spent a great deal of time in the projects. So Cabrini Green and the Smith projects in New York, the Lower East Side, or the Chelsea projects. You know, I'm very familiar with. And you know, I had aspirations of going to Hollywood to become a famous person. You know, as my character did in Cooley High. And so there was a great deal of it I, you know, could relate to.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Now, I was searching around on the internet. Like I said, even before I knew you were going to be here, I was following Cooley High over the years, yourself and other folks, and I came across a question that I couldn't find the answer to. Where is Cynthia Davis?
Now, I know you were going to ask me that, and everyone wants to know what happened to Cynthia
Brenda.
Davis. Brenda. Beautiful young lady.
You blew that.
Yeah, I blew it. I blew it. I didn't blow